Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and 2022 is off to an amazing start, right? Let me catch you up on the news and let me tell you what's happening in the next 35 minutes for me. Not in this bullshit ass game, but in a different game that's equally bullshit. But, well, I don't know about equally. This is pretty hard to match. But anyway, it's something I've kind of been having fun with. God, what a dirty three-letter word that is. So yeah, today's going to be some chit chat. There might be some KvK action later, but today's like basically the pregame hype up to it because in 35 minutes, N14, right? Well, you guys remember N14 or at least some semblance of N14, and I are going to go head to head in the Ants Underground in my first KvK. And to be honest with you guys, I have no delusion. I am not going to win, and I will not be the first king. Okay? There's like seriously no delusion about this whatsoever. So, I mean, let's just get that out of the way. But I am rank one in terms of power in the kingdom. Okay, that's cool. And they do things a little bit differently. So if we look at King of Scamalon, we'll see that. How do you get the kingdom map? Um, hmm, maybe this, and then kingdom map. Yeah, world map. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at it from a world perspective. Um, the way that they handle mergers is they basically just say, okay, blocks 1 through 50, feel free to merge. And then 3 months later, blocks 1 through 100, feel free to merge. And they do this about every 3 months, and it's kind of an open merger. And I think if your power is over a certain threshold, that the incoming king has to approve you. But it costs like, I don't know, $5, $10 or something like that. I don't know. It's some very reasonable amount of money in order to merge. And it happens like every 3 months, and it includes, blocks of 50. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because if you start playing the ants and you hate me, right? You go to 514 and you hate me. It's like, oh God, this guy stinks. Can't stand revenge anymore, right? Well, you can leave. Ha ha! And you don't have to wait that long. They do it pretty regularly. And I think their system is pretty fair because if the king, doesn't like you and you're high power, he can just say, nope, you can't come and terrorize my kingdom. So therefore, it promotes basically collaborative gameplay. Yes. So instead of 600 janky kingdoms with Chinese favoritism, it allows people to actually build strong teams. I know. And then the other thing well, thanks to Amazon coins. Hey, my friends over at Amazon, love you guys. You get 20% discounts, and if you use the code and the link in the description, it's 25%. And they will update it soon. But I mean, 20, 25%. It's still better than full price. I'm not just being a salesperson here. This is just logical stuff. So, yeah. But I'm kind of excited. I'm not excited to lose. Like, trust me, this is exciting to lose this KvK is not my no. But it's gonna happen. So sorry. But I'm gonna kill this out of them as much as I can. And I've already started to kill them a little bit. But yeah, it's gonna be pure just well, not gold. In that case, diamond smashing funness. So we will see. But I do technically only need to hold it for like 12 hours and a minute. So I think it goes for like 24 hours. And I just need to hold it a majority of the time. So if I hold it basically between 8 in the morning until 8 tonight, God, that would be a long, remember those days. Anyway, so if I hold it for 12 hours and then I just reset them, we're good to go. But I'm going to eat a lot of poop in the middle because they have essentially towers, and the towers are going to zap me, and there's like 40 of them and like one of me. Yeah, but let me tell you why I did that, right? So, um, I started things out trying to be really peaceful and cool, but like always, and I don't know why this is. For some reason, Taiwanese and Hong Kong, and actually, it's not even there's no mainland, but it's anyway, it's just Taiwanese and Hong Kong decided that they wanted to kill the kingdom. Why? I don't get it. Like some of these guys, boosted a power a little bit, and it went straight to their head. I mean, they must be like 10 years old, but whatever. Little dick problem, not my issue. And for like 3 weeks, I'm just like, dude, chill out, just be peaceful. Let's have a peaceful kingdom and just focus on the events later. Stop killing the kingdom. They wouldn't listen. They wouldn't listen. Finally, I'm like, dude, I've had enough, and I popped their leader, and so let me add in a little bit here. He was second power to me pretty much always, just chasing me, right? He wasn't trying to pass me. He was just trying to do enough to keep up with me so that it just wasn't ridiculous. And so I popped him, and then 2 or 3 days later, he boosted, he shielded, and he bubbled. Okay, exactly. And then I think he finally got T9, and then he boosted up and some stuff like this. But he's mostly offline, so this tells me that he's not exactly having fun in the game. He's definitely got a lot of pressure, either in work or other things, that's taking him away from the game. So he doesn't have the time commitment for this. He may or may not have the money. I don't know, but time commitment he certainly doesn't have. But his friends have a lot of time because, well, whatever. So yeah, but anyway, they started terrorizing the kingdom, and they just they'd been fake friendly to me. Frenemy. How do you, I don't know, whatever you pronounce it, but anyway, friend enemy. So like basically, fake friendly, and yeah, but I mean that kind of ended. But the reason was mostly because there was a group of Koreans, and so any of my Korean friends in the audience, shout out to you guys. Um, I don't know. I just couldn't stand to see what I considered basically racism. And I hate to use that word because, usually it's just like just BS. But in this case, it it's well, I don't know if it's racism or xenophobia. But anyway, so, the Taiwanese hate the Koreans, and the Koreans were easily provoked, right? You put in some hot-blooded Koreans, and Chinese, offend them and stuff like this. And furthermore, the Chinese had planted basically a spy in the Korean alliance. So what happened is the Koreans, like for some reason, didn't figure it out that there was a Chinese guy just Google translating Korean. And then what happened is because he's in the alliance, he would go in the public chat and say like, F China this and F China that, which would provoke or at least give some sort of, justification for Taiwan to hit them. So it was a setup. And so finally, the stupid leader of the Korean alliance, didn't come online for 2 days. Um, anyway, I became the leader, and I want to protect them. And I would absolutely love for you guys to join the ants with me, 514, and help the underdog, because I'm alone, but I'm not going to give up. I'm absolutely going to compound these guys as much as I possibly can. And it's basically just N14 situation all over again. It's me protecting little friends, and that's that. But in this case, we have YouTube, and the game isn't that bad in terms of spending. Like people don't listen to me, but I really try to emphasize this point that you just spend like $5-10. You buy the little packages, and they're really good value, and you do it for like a month, and you're gonna catch up to pretty much any of the jerks. The jerks can't really take it to the next level. So there's kind of like 3 or 4 different brackets, right? The game starts at like T7 or T8. So let's just call it SH22. So the game starts there. And you're going to be stuck at T8 for a long time, man. Like 3-4 months, unless you're just pounding it. Or sponsored, I mean, like, hey, it could be either, A or B. But, if you're not sponsored, it's probably going to take you like a month or two just buying like $5-10 packs to catch up, to T8. But then T9, oh no, you're looking at like 3 or 4 months later, right? And it's work. It's like legit work. It takes lots of resources and stuff like this. And so it's not even something that you can just rob the kingdom for. These guys are just idiots. Um, so yeah, so I mean, like after a month of like $5 and $10 packs per day, you're just gonna catch them, and then it'll be equivalent, and they can just eat a bag of dicks because they won't be able to do anything. So if any friends want to join, pretty please, help me come kill N14. But anyway, so I'm gonna record that in a little bit. This video is getting a little bit long. The other thing is, I have an offer. So an offer for a legit company doing legit work with the blockchain industry. And here's where you start laughing at me. It's held up by the recruiter. So the company basically interviewed me. They said, yeah, we want him. And it took them like, just say a day, right? So the recruiter knew I was a perfect fit, sent me over. The company said, "Oh yeah, this guy's a perfect fit. Let's hire him." The problem is that the recruiter and them, it was kind of a little bit informal. It was like a 5 minute call, and then like the recruiter was excited because I mean, she knew about my profile, and this company is a little bit rough around the edges when it comes to management style. And by this I mean during the interview they said the word ducking multiple times, right? And so it's like when you have a person you're being interviewed by say ducking multiple times, you understand that there is a bit of context for the company culture, and it is not absolute professionalism. But frankly, that kind of actually appeals to me because dealing with stuffy Karen isn't necessarily the best thing I'm strong at. But being candid, I can do, right? I can take it and I can give it. So there's that. But it's held up with the recruiter because the recruiter wants, get this, somewhere between 20 to 30% of my annual salary for a 5 minute conversation and an email introduction, right? But the company's like, dude, that's gonna be, 6 figures. Like go away. This is stupid. You just sent one email and you did a 5 minute phone call. We're gonna pay you 10%. It's more than fair for your time. Take it and shut up. Recruiter, unfortunately, is like, nope. I want 20%. You don't like it, don't hire him. Keep searching, buddy. So it's like 2022 is off to a great start, but not. It's such a twist. We'll see how the story ends. But absolutely love you guys. I think you should definitely come play the ants with me. And even if you don't want to be in the same kingdom as me, you can just pick a different kingdom. And if you end up wanting to play with me, just it's cool. We'll be able to merge later. So have your fun. But yeah, there we go. So KvK for ants in 23 minutes. KvK for King of Scamelon in, I don't know, 10 hours ish ballpark. And I don't know, drop a comment about what you're having for dinner because I guess in the United States it's probably dinner time, unless you're on the West Coast. And it's maybe late lunch. But yeah, there we go. So love you guys. I really appreciate you watching. Feel free to subscribe or not, or like whatever. But there's going to be some blasting happening. I've already recorded some pretty, let's call it stupid content, where I'm just absolutely smashing on these guys in terms of like events. And here's a teaser for it. I'm like 700 million points, and their alliance is like 1 billion points, and the next person to me is like 130 mil. And I've been doing it all week, like just hammering it. And it's not even difficult. It's easy. Oh my God. These guys are just noobs. So yeah, come help me beat up some racist noobs. I mean, like, how hard can that be? Anyway, there we go. Really going now. Got to order some breakfast before KvK. I think breakfast burrito is on the map. Not sure. We'll see. Anyway, love you guys. Bye-bye for now.